Bullshit Podcast.
Later, articulators, new behavior. Talk about the shit, then research later.
Postgram plus dumb ass equals podcast. Serious Bullshit Podcast.
Later, articulators, new behavior. Talk about the shit, then research later.
Postgram plus dumb ass equals podcast. Serious Bullshit Podcast.
Later, articulators, new behavior. Talk about the shit, then research later.
Postgram plus dumb ass equals podcast.
Whoa, what is that?
I'm just about to land. Yeah, I touched down. Just arriving in style today.
How long? What? You just decided to do that right now?
No, I decided when I left work like 30 minutes ago.
Private jet? I thought you were just being an asshole because you're not around the window today, guys. Just so you know, Sterling's not at the window, so we weren't going to hear plane sounds. So he's just adding in his own plane sounds to keep the effect of being at the window for people. We don't want to ruin that for anybody. So we actually got our own plane sounds added in. He's got them custom, so you still feel like you're at the window without me having to complain about it all the time. All right, you came in private jet now, dude?
Jet. I can't have a Jetsons jet. It's too futuristic for you, so I got to arrive on my own jet.
He's coming in a Trump jet. On a Trump jet.
A little different. No, that's not a Trump jet. It's
a bit jet. It's a Bitcoin jet.
A lot of people had jets before Trump's. A lot of people have jets after Trump.
A lot of people will have jets after Trump. That's true. It's true. All right. Well, Serious Bullshit Podcast, everybody. Sterling arriving in style. I came in on my sputtering spaceship as usual. Just trying to get here. Almost ran out of gas again. You know how it is. Hang on. I got to log into this thing here. What were we just talking about? The what do you call it?
Tweaker cam?
Tweaker Live, yeah, the Tweaker Live cam. We were just talking to each other about it. I don't know if you guys listened a couple episodes back. We were, if you haven't listened, it's like there's a 24/7 live stream that somebody put up outside of like a tweaker camp, somewhere up in Washington in a place called Everett. And basically, they just wanted to like bring attention to it. But it's like a pretty interesting YouTube channel because you can like voyeur fucking homeless meth heads and shit like that, and just like watch them in their natural habitat. And so we brought it up on the podcast, and we watched it for a little while. I saw a couple crazy things on there, a couple strange things. And yeah, you can people are narrating it like in the chat and stuff, like read along.
Yeah, I wasn't even checking. Got a wet dog in the chat.
So you're looking it up. Did you find anything out?
We got 3 or 4 people sleeping. It seems a little early to me to be sleeping in Washington. It's only 6 o'clock, 6:22 there. But you got 4 or 5 people sleeping. Yeah, I guess they sleep when they want. But the thing to me is the camera's like moved behind a pole now. I don't remember it being behind this pole. And there's a fence now. They used to sit on that curb back there. But since this camera's gone up, they put a fence up. And then in the very background, actually it's in the middle really, you can see some guy on his knees. It seems like he's sort of like handing out stuff to the other tweakers. Lots of car traffic. And
so how long has this been?
At least 6 months.
It's been on for 6 months, dude. I did not think this would last that long.
It's coming strong. That fence it's a question to me. I need to look up the history of that fence. Because you used to be able to watch them. You know what I'm talking about?
Look up the history of that fence? The fuck
when did it come up? Why did it come up?
Look up the history of this fence.
Was it related to the cam? Yeah, just check the Everett Tweakers Wikipedia page.
They got a page now?
I don't know. It seems like they would.
Oh. They probably do at this point, man. Wow, so that's 6 months going strong. This guy's had a camera on fucking tweakers. At this point, it's like, it's just there because people want to. It's just there because he's getting views. He's like getting he's like, I'm getting a couple bucks a month for this bucket. I'll just let her ride and let the community build of scumbags that watch tweakers fucking do drugs and fucking reorganize their backpacks. If you watch, they'll just reorganize their MacGyver backpacks like fucking 1,000 times over. And they have everything you could ever need inside the backpacks. And sometimes they'll pull everything out, take it out, lay it out, and then put it all back in.
Yeah, Everett Tweakers is not on the Wikipedia page. Just a correction.
Oh, really? That's maybe we need to make one for it, bro. Maybe that's where we come in. So, all right.
That's where we come in. That's where serious bullshit comes in.
That's where serious bullshit comes in here, okay? Yeah, we might need to get in on that, dude. That might be our in.
Well, the thing is, we don't know the history.
That might be our in route.
Could be.
It could be us, dude. Oh shit, hang on. Technical difficulty. Okay, so first off, dude, did you hear about the fucking guy in Hawaii that accidentally sent out the drill? That wasn't a drill. Sent out the missile warning.
I mean, I heard about the missile warning, but I never heard about the guy.
Well, I didn't hear about the guy, but you heard about the situation and how the program was designed, I guess, is that whenever you like click, it's like a drop-down box, bro. And it's just like, this is a drill, and right below it is, this is not a drill. So literally, it was just like, could be like the worst misclick of all time, dude. Like a guy he fucking was just like, went to go hit it real fast, like always, every single day, he just clicks it, no problem. And the one time he accidentally just went a little bit too far, like he had a little too much coffee, he got a little too crazy with the swipe on the mouse, and he just went too far and hit, this is a drill, dude. And just imagine that moment, like right after it, when he was just like, oh my God, I just told everybody. It goes to everyone's phone. It goes to the fucking news.
Well, why then did it take 10 minutes to correct?
Probably because all the verification that people had to make sure that it was a drill before they told everybody it wasn't. You know what I mean? That was probably like the most important thing, was them making sure that this guy did fuck up. That way they could say it was okay, because you don't want to say it's safe and then missiles hit. You know what I mean?
But that guy should know. It's crazy that he had that sort of access.
That's crazy. No, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy that it's a program and that the two options are like side by side like that, dude.
Well, that way it's the same. You know, he's practicing every time, and it's the same. And you can't have like a Windows pop up and say, "Are you sure?" Because he's definitely sure. He clicked "There's a missile coming" button. He's got to be sure.
I guess so, yeah. Like, you don't want to fucking stall this guy out right now when you click the missile button. But it should just be like a separate thing. I don't know, man. Maybe it should be two people or something. But just the fact that this guy like I was saying on stage, like that's the worst misclick of all time. Like that's a dick pic to your mom level of misclick. Like, oh shit, dude, I accidentally hit the wrong button. No, fucking, oh my God, my hand just went a little bit too far, man. And I would have like want to fucking run away, dude. I can only imagine how that guy felt. Like, what do I do? I just fucking just go home now or what? Like, is that literally like an offense? Like, is that a jailable offense?
It took 10 minutes because he was like writing his letter of resignation.
He's like, I quit. I'm out of here. I'm moving past this. I'm just gonna fucking move off of the Hawaiian island. I'm fucking out of here, dude.
I'm done. Maybe that was how he was planning to quit.
Yeah,
like, you just walk out of a job. He sends out missiles inbound.
That's it, dude. That was I'm out. Fuck this place. Missiles inbound, bitch.
He locked the computer and left.
Missiles inbound, bitch. It's gonna take these fuckers like 10 minutes to get in here and shut this off. Fuck you guys. Just the most gangster quit ever. This guy's a complete psychopath. Jesus Christ, he's committed to the quit. He wanted a good quit. What do you got there? It looks like a hobbit would be drinking out of that fucking mug, dude. He's got like a hammered copper mug.
It is literally handmade. My dad's girlfriend got me a Moscow Mule mug for Christmas, and I'm utilizing it since I carried it across the fucking country to get it back here. Now,
what makes a Moscow Mule mug a Moscow Mule mug?
It's made out of copper. So in like Russia, at some point there was a surplus of copper, and this one restaurant or bar, to get rid of it, made copper mugs, or just had copper mugs, and would give them away. And they made this drink that was ginger beer, vodka, and like lime, and boom, Moscow Mule. At least that's what it is today, or that's how I make it. I don't know how he actually made it, but he called it the Moscow Mule. Gave it away in copper mugs, and so now today Moscow Mules are all served in copper mugs.
Interesting. Didn't know that. That seems a little unnecessary. It's like, yeah, let's get this garbage out of here, and like.
And it's copper.
It'd be like if we
tweakers would do for this copper right now.
It'd be like if one day a guy like started serving him in paper cups, and it's like, nah, man, you got to get this in a paper cup, though, bro. It's the only way to drink it, man, in a paper cup.
And you can.
What if you came up with a drink
when you're done?
Yeah.
You can keep.
What if you come up with a drink where it's like, no, actually, you have to drink this out of a red Solo cup? It's kind of part of the thing. Can I get this in a red Solo cup, please? Jesus Christ.
The PBR
send
rule.
It back. Can you send it back?
You can't.
It's got a
drink
PBR.
out of a
It's got a
glass.
miniature PBR in it, like one of those giant margaritas with the tiny Coronita in it, except it's just a tiny PBR. Just floating on top of your shit.
I was talking about
like acid dicky.
What'd you call it? The red Solo cup.
Yeah. That's
It's gotta be. It's a PBR only.
PBR only. Oh,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
only
yeah.
drink PBR out of the red Solo cup or the can. But you can't put it in glass.
Or the
That's
can,
just
yeah,
too
yeah. You
much.
can't
That's
put it in a
too
glass,
much.
dude. No.
You can't put it in a copper mug. It just doesn't fit in.
It doesn't. It's like you might as well put Kool-Aid in there, bro.
Square in a
About as
circle.
much sense. It makes about as much fucking sense. All right, so I was browsing through internet shits and or news stuff. For one, man, most news sites are just full of like grab ads, dude. Like they got fucking clickbait all over the place on these news websites. I just can't believe like just the levels that they will stoop to, man, just to like fucking get some cash, man. Like Jesus Christ, dude. Like, cause I mean, it's like it looks like other shit that's an article on their website. Like, how dare they? I just can't believe that they would have the fucking like you're supposed to be journalists. I don't know, man, and like you're just like, oh, we'll just put fucking literally fake fucking bullshit up that looks like it's part of our website. Like they're okay with that.
Who is the worst?
Right now, CBS News is the one right now that is literally the worst.
CBS News. See, that's where
CBS News has a thing in here. Bitcoin is dead. How these experts are beating the crash. Don't like guns? Carry this instead.
Yeah.
Most popular last names in each state. What the fuck kind of dumb shit is this? Alligator versus Burmese python. Florida man snaps photos of two reptiles fighting. This is fucking crazy, dude. I mean, these websites are just fucking stupid. Anyways, so one of the articles I got to in here was Facebook. Facebook has decided that people were bitching about their news and like how they were prioritizing news feed, like what types of news they were prioritizing, and how they were getting it ranked by like some third party thing, and like fucking they caught a bunch of flack for it. And so now they decided that they're gonna allow the people to decide, just users to decide which shit is the most trustworthy, and then that'll go to the top of people's feeds. So like I guess you'll be able to be like, oh, okay, this is fake news or this isn't fake news, and you decide. So it's going to be literally, Facebook has decided that the people can decide who couldn't decide before, which was why they created the program initially, and now they're throwing it back to the people and be like, okay, well, how about since we couldn't decide and we couldn't get someone else to decide, how about you guys decide? And then like fucking try to get just literally the people who they were trying to decide for to decide.
I think it could work.
Really? You trust fucking people to decide whether or not news is fake or not that pops up on the top of your feed? The shit that you'll actually read? They're bots, dude. Think how easily that could be manipulated.
Well, Facebook, isn't it hard to make multiple accounts?
Obviously not if there were fucking the Russians and all that shit happened. You know what I mean? They found like 10,000 fake accounts or something on there after the election that were like supposedly, you know, involved in swaying people's ideas a certain way, or like slandering Hillary Clinton on Facebook or something like that.
You know, I didn't think of the bots. I thought of real people. I thought that using the masses to determine whether or not a news story was real could work. I'm
well,
so
how?
interested
Theoretically,
to see if it works.
it minus the idea of bots, which is so the case. If they put this in there, dude, without a doubt, you will have people creating massive accounts to manipulate shit. Like there's definitely a way to do it, dude. But anyways, theoretically, like if that wasn't the case, no bots. Why do you think that, you know, people could do that? Why do you believe in the people to decide what's fake and what's not? Challenge thee.
Well,
that's the thing about a podcast, dude. You can't formulate a response. You have to be literally talking shit out of your mouth. You just have to say, well, because, and just start saying more arbitrary words that don't really mean anything while you think of what you're actually going to say.
I don't think I can do that. I don't think I'm capable.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I'm just kidding. So
then I completely dismiss your fucking opinion.
I'm interested in I'm interested to see if it works. But I would assume that it could work. I wouldn't default to it that it wouldn't work because I still have some faith in humanity. That's kind of literally the reasoning, is that I think that more people than not could figure out whether or not a story was real.
Yeah, but if you give me the option to decide that, I'm not going to do any research. I can just look at it and be like, bullshit. Click bullshit. That's what you're getting with people, bullshit. Dog. That's why I know what I'm saying. Like, if you have a third party who actually investigates the article and looks into it, that seems like it would be way more effective to me. The one they're getting rid of, it seems like it would be way more effective to me if somebody actually spent time looking into whether or not this was fake or not, whether or not somebody reading the article and decide this is bullshit or this isn't, and then somebody feeling like it's just going to give, you know what it might be, dude? It's going to give people a power of like, I'm deciding whether or not this is fake. And people are going to go through all the news. People are going to go through all the news articles, and I'm going to decide the news today. I don't like fake. This fake.
I'm calling bullshit.
I'm calling bullshit on this. There's going to be a bunch of that.
You swayed me. I'm actually on your side now. I think that's how it's going to turn out.
That's outrageous. A bunch of people are talking shit about it, apparently. But he says in himself that we decided that having the community determine which sources are broadly trusted would be the most objective. Is what Zuckerberg says.
Zucks,
dude. He looks like such a fucking creepy cunt, dude. He looks like a creep for some reason. I don't know what it is about him, but he just creeps me out. I feel like he's like a... I don't know. What if he's just a normal ass guy? He just seems like a creep, dude. Like he does some weird shit.
He actually never bothered me that much until the South Park. South Park kind of ruined him for me, and now he's just this really funny. He's more awkward than he was before.
He just seems weird, man. I don't know. There's just something strange about him. I guess that's why he's so fucking balling out and shit and fucking loaded and coming up with all these crazy good ideas. But also now, I think that they're struggling. I feel like they know that Facebook is going to be on a decline eventually or something, and something new is going to be better, and then they have to like keep people interested.
Yeah, Facebook's definitely on a decline, and you know that they're trying to rein in. They're going to change. They're changing the stories away from like paid content towards more things that you'll find relevant, which is how it used to be more.
Okay.
So I got off Facebook for a long time, and then when I got back on it to talk to someone or something, I looked at my feed, and I couldn't figure out what was going on for a while because they had changed it in the year and a half that I hadn't used it from a chronological order of just things that were posted to relevance.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it didn't make any sense to me. I was like, why am I seeing? And then
that makes sense.
I was already done with it, but that just really put a nail in the coffin.
Yeah. The only reason that I'm on it right now currently is for the comedy stuff, to like talk to people and network like that. It's a very important tool right now. But all I see on there, dude, it's just lame now. Like I barely look at it now because it's just fucking, it's a vacuum of garbage, and it's like looking at people's diaries, dude. It's like a bunch of people writing all their fucking diaries out on the thing. It's like, man, like there used to be a time when people would be embarrassed if somebody found their writings of this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like some of the posts people make. It's like,
don't you think that
down
more
on a
people
piece
try
of
to
paper,
make their lives look better than it is?
Yeah, sometimes, but I'm saying some people literally just write diary entries, bro. Like just shit that like they're writing almost to themselves, and they're like, or just saying things, and it's like, man, if you wrote this down on a piece of paper, would you want someone standing next to you to read it? Or are you just typing it in because it's through Facebook? Like, I don't know, I just feel like a lot of these things, like, you wouldn't even say this to a person face to face. You're just typing all this shit. I don't know. People are just you can like unsubscribe, so it's just like I just go in and unsubscribe from anytime somebody just posts some weird shit or like some fucking, if they're like ranting about something to a bunch of their friends that already all agree with them. I hate that. That's one of the worst ones. And then people like type back in and they're like, yeah, and it's just like, what, man? You guys are all like, go do something else. Like, you actually care like that much? I don't know. Maybe I just don't care enough about anything, and maybe I suck. Maybe it's me.
It's a literal echo chamber, and it's kind of gross to watch.
Doesn't it, like, do you ever feel like just because everybody cares so much now about all this shit, like that you just don't want to care anymore? Like, you're just like, man, I just want to fucking hit the eject button on the spaceship and get the fuck out of here from all you guys just bickering, fighting. Everybody's got all these opinions, all these points. And I kind of, like I said on the last one, I'm like, I want to be a contrarian now, but like I just I don't know. It makes you just want to like be like, man, fuck it. I don't care about any of this shit, dude. Yeah, it sucks.
I don't even care enough to be a contrarian.
Yeah, well, it's almost like I'm looking over like the battlefield here, and I'm just seeing like both sides are losing here. Like there's no win to this fight. It's like infinite people coming on either side, and they just keep coming and smashing in the middle and dying and smashing in the middle. And it's just like the nature of the whole thing. Like there's just always going to be, as we have less and less, fucking free time to just be bored, and fucking less and less violence and conflict in our lives, and more safety and fucking, control. We're just gonna fucking fight more and more with each other, dude. There's going to be violence that is fucking released somehow. I feel like violence is like an energy that has to be released in humans. So like humans without violence is almost impossible.
I would rather it be released over the internet than like physically.
Yeah, for sure. But at what point, like, does that do the same kind of damage? Like, at what point is it going to get to where like people have PTSD from the internet? Like, I had such a crazy fucking Twitter war, dude, that I can't, they're like fucking, like, they look at their phone sometimes, and they're just like, ah! Go into a full flashback. Hashtag flashback.
That's sad.
Yeah, dude.
It's sad. It'll probably happen.
It probably already has, dude, honestly. Somebody's probably already claimed to have PTSD from something that happened to them online. Which, bad enough things could happen to you, I guess, on there. Like, if, I don't know. If you get, like, your whole online reputation shamed.
Dude, was it you that told me that, like, video games became a disease this year?
I did talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just made a bit about it. I think I told you about that. That's what it was, that old people need to play video games and get addicted to them.
Yes, the World
That way
Health
when Grandpa's
Organization.
like, oh, I wish I could do it all over again. You tell him to click new character.
And that was based off of the World Health Organization making it a mental disorder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe you did tell me. I thought I heard it on like a news story, but I couldn't remember.
No, some people just figured out how to make video games way more fun than life. There's going to become a point, dude, when video games are just better than life, hands down. Can't deny it. Anything you can do in real life is not going to be better than what you're able to do in this video game. That will be in the future, without a doubt. Like, once VR hits, they have that movement pad thing. You ever see that thing, like, with the Fallout? This guy was playing Fallout, and it's like this fucking track pad that you're, like, suspended by your legs, but you can, like, walk on this thing that moves, like one of those treadmills that they have, that, like, self-moving treadmill, self-propelled treadmill or whatever. And it, like, tracks your feet, and you're actually walking, and as you're walking, you're moving around in the game world, and you have he has a controller, a gun in his hand, and he's fucking aiming the gun up to the fucking VR mask, and it's aiming in the game, and he's shooting and stuff. And it was like super fucking sick looking, dude. But he was like stationary in this thing, and it's like, dude, all right, you take that, you set it up to where you could have like ability to fly, or like put yourself in some type of gyrosphere kind of thing, where you're almost suspended in the air, dude, and like you could have like fucking basically do whatever you wanted. Like if they created a good enough virtual world that was realistic enough, which, I mean, 50 years from now, dude, video games were like just getting invented, I think, 50 years ago.
Yeah, 70s-ish, is that right?
Yeah,
for video
and we're
games?
we're talking about like the Apple the Apple game where the little apples fucking trickle down and you gotta like press left or right Apple key.
What a classic.
Classic, right? It was a classic.
So 70s was Pong, 58 was like a tennis game or something. But yeah, so
they had tennis before Pong? What the fuck?
It says I don't know, it's from the physicist. Maybe I should look at Wikipedia.
Wikipedia? Wikipedia?
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
It says it didn't reach mainstream popularity until the 1970s, which implies it was earlier.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So that's about 50 years around that, something like that. So
it goes back as far as the early 1950s. So that'd be 70 years.
Yeah. So you can put on the headset and walk around with a gun and shoot it at fucking in the world of Fallout 4, which I think you've seen that before and how cool like it is to walk around in a big world like that, like an Oblivion style world.
The Las Vegas one, or is that after Las Vegas?
It was after Las Vegas, but even like Las Vegas, like say like you're walking around Skyrim or something. You know what I mean? And you have like a fake sword in your hand, and you're actually fucking swinging your sword at shit, and like your sword in this game would be like. It would be hooked up. You would have camera sensors or something that senses where the sword is, and it would be the sword in real time in the game, and you would actually be slashing shit and pulling up your shield and blocking and actually walking around and doing all that stuff.
You gotta feel resistance. You gotta feel impact. You gotta get. That seems hard, but I do agree with you. It's totally possible.
It seems hard, but honestly, man, you forget about impact. If you do it for long enough, like the other cues are there enough that the physical impact is almost like it becomes implied. It's almost like playing something on mute. Like you don't hear it, but like what sounds are probably happening, I guess, or something, and you can still all the other senses still make it seem like it's happening. Like if you're on a roller coaster and you can't hear it, but like if you were on a roller coaster and you just couldn't feel the thing shaking and all that stuff, do you think it would still feel like you're on a roller coaster, dude?
So you're saying if you couldn't feel essentially gravity?
Yeah, but it still seems like you're moving through the space.
So in your eyes, you're moving through the space.
That's so weird. That's so weird. I guess hey, let me ask you if you could possibly imagine what that would feel like.
I think you can. I think it'd be like watching a video of it. That's the same thing, right?
Yeah, but it's all around you.
Right. So it's a 3D video of you moving through space. But what's different in this case is that you're fighting someone with a sword. So they've got a sword, you've got a sword. See, I'm imagining like sword clashes, like you're holding your sword against the other guy. Like, gotta hold out.
Yeah, that something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they would do that, dude. Have like your sword be pushing back against you.
Sure, the magnets come in.
Dude, I was literally about to say magnets, dude. I was like, holy shit, maybe magnets would be the way to do it, dude. Holy fuck, dude. Or something that like pulls it back. I don't know, man. Maybe they'll have a way to just fucking trigger that shit in your brain by then, honestly, to where you just think you feel shit.
Yeah, it's in your brain, and actually you're pushing, but you're not.
Can't
you're
go
actually
farther
pushing against yourself at the same time. They got two different muscle groups.
That's definitely where it'll happen first, dude. For sure. It'll be to where you go like this, and then you just can't. That's like you're physically hitting something there, and your body won't go any farther. Like your brain won't let it. That's what I'm telling you. That Wi-Fi chip's coming in, dude. Get ready, dude. Wi-Fi VR chip.
You're gonna install a Wi-Fi chip after you've seen not the first one. I don't think you install. You install the first one. Day one chip.
Yeah, I might go I might go chip 2.0. I might go chip 2.0. I might get hacked by a Russian guy, and then now I'm like a sex bot. I'm a sex bot. I got hacked by a Russian guy. Now I'm a sex bot, dude. Go Trump. Go Trump. Hashtag MAGA. Hashtag MAGA cock. And now I'm a sex bot. MAGA. I'm a Russian sex bot.
You like have no say in it. They send you like one of those little Japanese pods to sleep every night, and then just like when someone needs you, they wake you up and send you to a hotel room.
I must sleep and fucking suck. That's all I do. Hashtag MAGA. Go Trump. Oh man. Yeah. Big things coming. I think I would do that, dude. If they got games good enough to where it was like, go live a life, I wouldn't be real old. I'd be like, yeah, go ahead and like put me in like a coma, keep me in a dream state, keep my body as alive as long as possible, and just let me go in here and I'm gonna go live this other like some medieval life or something. Go do that. See what that's like. And then it all starts over again, man. You know how life is, dude. You just keep going, bro. You're just trying your life out right now.
Dude, someone on the Everett Tweakers chat just suggested that the reason all these people are sleeping in front of this camera is so that they feel like there's someone watching over them as they sleep. What do you think about that?
I think the guy that wrote that, he's probably watching over. He probably watches over people while they sleep, dude. That's probably his thing. He's like, yeah, that's what I determined from this. I'm a kind of guy.
I think he's probably right, because if I was this tweaker, I don't have a lot of protection. I don't have a shelter, but I got this camera. I know that camera's there. I know if I sleep here, if anyone fucks with me, it's gonna be on camera.
Well, I think they're gonna sue for royalties eventually. They just wait until the money gets up enough so they can all cash out on a huge mega crack rock.
They're all in it all together for the mega crack rock. They're gonna ship it in.
Mega, fucking the mega. It's like a glacier of meth. That's what they need. You want a whole glacier, an iceberg of meth.
Global warming broke it off the meth glacier.
Yeah, the meth glacier. You got a meth berg coming through. Meth berg, right ahead. That's the pipe sound. The pipe sound goes off right there. All right. Let's see here. Dude, I just saw this. This just made me laugh. This headline: Tom Brady has cut thumb. Questionable for Patriots this week.
Tom Brady still plays?
No, it says Tom Brady has cut on thumb. Not cut thumb. Cut on thumb. It just sounds like so he's got a bruise on his left shoulder. He's just like he's got a cut on his thumb, and it's like he's not going to play in the game before the Super Bowl.
Definitely not news.
It's not, but I'm saying I think this is just a lie. They're just creating something. That sounds like there's no way that a guy would like just have a cut on his thumb and not like put a fucking Band-Aid on it, you fag, and a glove, right? You know, some guy from Boston, put a fucking Band-Aid on it, you fag, and throw the football. Seriously though, I can't imagine that a guy would not be able to play a game.
It's on NFL.com, dude.
Yeah,
I looked it up. The thumb questionable for Patriots versus Jags. I just found out who's in the Super Bowl. For everyone else who is all about sports,
that's not
like
the
me.
Super Bowl. That's not the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Damn.
We'll get out fake news.
Sorry,
Fake
guys.
news.
Fake
That's
news.
the playoff. That's the playoff game, I guess.
Guys, we're talking about the playoffs here, not the Super Bowl. I got a little mixed up there. I love sports.
Tom Brady has a cut on thumb.
Oh, his thumb was gushing blood after hitting helmet in practice. That's a way better headline.
Dude, do
I don't
you
know
think
why that wasn't the headline?
like with the amount of technology that they have, especially in, like for the NFL athletes, like there's 0% chance they can't just like liquid fucking glue his thumb back together in fucking 2 seconds.
What I want is like the Westworld thing where that the nerdy guy who's all against it, the butcher, and then the black girl that's trying to escape slashes his neck, and then they fix his neck with the plasma gun. That shit was sick. No, but it's funny that
it's implied.
The character. No, you know what I'm talking about. The character Destin. They have him. And like all he does in that thing is like first they got the pictures of him. He gets blackmailed by images of him fucking a robot, and then the second time they pull him into the series is for the finale when he goes to like fuck that dude with the scar across his eye. He's gonna do him in the butt, and he's like, it's just me and you.
And he's like, yeah, I'm just real into this creepy shit. I like him to be knocked out, even though it's totally cool and I could just have somebody let me bang this guy or this chick, and like
I could do anyone, but I'm gonna fuck this guy's.
I'm gonna fuck it like it's a fleshlight.
It was that's weird.
That's funny that he went to the guy's butt.
From the front too. He didn't even like turn it around. That's what was even weirder.
All right, so here's another one here. All right, so Tom Petty member died recently. They found out cause of death. They're labeling it as an accidental overdose. Okay. Now listen to what they found. It says taken several pain medications, including fentanyl, oxycodone, and generic Xanax. Other medications included Restoril, a sleep aid, and generic Celexa, which treats depression. I was like, dude, what? You're taking all that shit at once? They prescribed him all that stuff? That's crazy, right? That they would prescribe you all those things at one time?
Was it one doctor that did all that?
I don't know, man. But aren't your doctors supposed to like ask what you're on?
They ask, but you don't have to tell them. I mean, I think you do technically, but
yeah. Well, if that's the case, it's like, man, was it accidental? But they said it's like his hip was fractured and it was like breaking while he was on stage, and like he kept going on the tour, and then it was in so much pain that he was just pounding pain pills.
I can see that, but what I think is that if you're the Tom Petty band, that I don't think it was accidental at this point. Like, you have to be a pro. How long have you been on the road? How long have you been doing this shit? This was murder the first degree.
Oh shit! Yeah, you think so? Think it was some Michael Jackson shit?
Was Michael Jackson a murderer? I didn't know that.
He wasn't a murderer. He was murdered, people think, by his doctor.
Why did his doctor? What was the motive?
He I don't know why, but his doctor overprescribed. His doctor like fucking was the one that gave him the prescription that killed him or whatever.
Because I can tell you the reason that Tom Petty was killed is because the Heartbreakers are tired of being the fucking Heartbreakers. You're just a bitch ass Heartbreaker. He's tired of being a bitch ass Heartbreaker. The Heartbreakers
are. It was the Heartbreaker Revolution, dude.
The Heartbreaker Revolution killed Tom Petty.
The Heartbreaker Revolution that killed Tom Petty. He was like, no more will we will not back down. We will stand our ground.
Everyone's names.
I wrote those lyrics. It's like the drummer. It's like the drummer who nobody's ever gave a fuck about. You care about anybody else that's in the Tom Petty band? Fuck no, dude. Get him out of here. I don't want to see any of you guys. Yeah. Whenever they all go out to dinner, Tom Petty sits in this different section at a different table. Like, you guys got to eat over there, and you get the kids menu. Hope you like chicken fingers.
Like the Beatles. At least all of you are Beatles. You got Tom Petty, then you got the Heartbreakers.
Yeah, the Heartbreakers eat chicken fingers when they go out every time. That's all they're allowed to get. That's it.
With no sauce.
No sauce. Sauceless tenders. Sauceless tenders. Wow, you know, that's one of those things where it's like, who the fuck eats chicken tenders without sauce? Does anybody do that? Has that ever been a thing?
It's the sure sign of a serial killer.
Of a serial killer, dude? We got to come up with a new one for that. Everyone always says something's a sure sign of a serial killer. What's the new thing?
I think it's sauceless chicken fingers.
No. A sure sign of what, though? Like, instead of being a serial killer, we got to come up with a new one.
Instead of being a serial killer.
Yeah.
A sure sign of a...
sure shine, baby. Sure shine.
Of Diddlegate.
Sure shine of Diddlegate.
Sure shine.
Did you hear about the Aziz thing?
Yeah. No one had him on the roster. No one had him on the roster.
No one had him on the roster. But apparently it wasn't really a thing, right?
Oh, I didn't read into it. I just assumed it was true.
I'm pretty sure
I was like... I voted on the news that day without reading it, and I voted not bullshit.
He's got people defending him. Let's see here, dude. Turned out the worst night of my life. Apparently, she was sucking his dick, and then she was like she didn't want to, but then she did. Oh shit. The move he kept doing was taking his two fingers in a V shape and putting them in my mouth, in my throat to wet his fingers, because the moment he'd stick his fingers in my throat, he'd go straight for my vagina and try to finger me. Grace called the move the claw. What? What?
What we need right there is the sound of the Buzz Lightyear and the you know what I'm talking about?
No. What? What's Buzz Lightyear? What? Dead air?
Yeah, I gotta.
You gotta let it go. You gotta let it
go.
No,
I got my noise thing here.
My Noia.
Oh, noise thing here.
Like, well, there hasn't been enough airplane.
This is from Toy Story. They're trying to escape.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the little green things.
What the fuck is going on right now, dude?
Can you hear that?
Have been chosen. Farewell, my friends. I go on to a better place.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck is going on right now?
At some point they go the clown.
Okay, you just should have done that without any context.
Oh.
Nope. All right. Turn it off.
Yeah,
it's so annoying.
Way longer.
What are you doing?
I was quitting, and then.
What the fuck is going on? He can't turn it off. He can't turn it off. He keeps clicking it.
I feel like you brought me back into it. I feel like I was gonna quit.
Now, what was that even about, dude?
I don't. They were like at that gas station, and the toys are moving, and they have to find a way to get out of this gas station, and somehow they end up in the thing with all those little green aliens. Did you watch Toy Story?
Yes. I vaguely remember that.
And they end up with all those
Like
little green aliens with like 3 eyes across their forehead, and then
okay.
They're in the that game you play where you pick up dolls, and they refer to it as the clown. It's like a
Do that one more time.
The clown.
I just like that part the most, to be honest with you. So that's Aziz Ansari's favorite move, when he finger bangs you when you don't want him to, I guess. But let's see here. Where do you want me to fuck you? Do you want me to fuck you right here? He rammed his penis against her ass while he said it, pantomiming intercourse. I just remember looking in the mirror and seeing him behind me. He was very much caught up in the moment, and I obviously very much wasn't. He bent me over when I stood up and said, "No, I don't think I'm ready to do this. I really don't think I'm going to do this." And he said, "How about we just chill, but this time with our clothes on?" They got dressed, turned on an episode of Seinfeld. She'd never seen it before. That's when the reality of what was going on sank in. All right, wait a minute. Listen to this one more time. This is the article that the girl posted about Aziz that got him in trouble. It's the horse's mouth. So listen, though. This is the strangest fucking group of sentences ever. They got dressed, sat side by side on the couch they'd already chilled on, and he turned on an episode of Seinfeld. She'd never seen it before. She said that's when the moment of reality, what was going on, sank in.
That made no sense.
It really hit me that I was violated. It felt really emotional all at once when we sat down there. That whole experience was actually horrible. I hated that episode of Seinfeld. I never saw. What the fuck? It's she realized she'd never seen the episode before, and that's when she realized. Like, that was just a weird detail that they threw in there. Like, is this even a real, like, what the fuck, man? Are they just making this, like...
Yeah, here's the problem. I think what she's trying to say is that those are two unrelated thoughts, but that happened to be the same time. That happened at the same time. Like, I went to bed and Christian made a pot of coffee. Those are two unrelated events that may have happened at the same time.
Yeah, but there's no and. That's the thing. It's just you saying, I went to bed, Christian made a pot of coffee.
You can do that.
It sounds a little crazier, right?
You can do that.
You can do that, technically.
Makes them sound connected, but I think that they're not. I think that's what's going on there.
I think so too. All right, let's see. In the last little stupid article I found here, I was just like, I don't want to read any more into this disease shit, dude. This just looks retarded, and I think it's just fucking people wanting to just fucking like wanting to hate somebody even more. Even though I already did hate Aziz, just I don't know why, something about him. I just don't like him. But I also heard that he was really mean to comedians, and he like kicks people out of kicks local comics out of green rooms and shit. So it's probably true. Fuck him. That's how this shit goes, right? That's exactly the way. That's exactly the mindset of the whole thing. Is like, I like the guy or I don't like the guy determines whether or not they're guilty of sexual misconduct for me. Really, pretty much just boils down to that. If you're an asshole, then yeah, whatever. You probably rape people. Hey, bro. I'm saying, just on the internet, that's kind of the way it goes. Sterling's really mulling that over right now.
No,
what do I say to
I was
that?
trying to make it fun. It's not going to be funny. I was just hoping someone commented like "Master of None" at the end of that, implying that he was bad at sex too, because that's his Netflix show.
He's Master of the Claw. Actually, was his
Master.
He's trained in several different dojos in the claw.
And claw techniques.
In the way of the claw, and now he's a master of the claw. Master of claw. Wow. Yeah. Also, I saw that the guy from Hyde from That 70s Show, Diddlegate.
Hyde. Oh, that guy was gross anyways.
Just saying.
Yeah, he definitely did it.
He definitely did it. He definitely diddled it. Diddle 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 diddle. You think people are saying Louis C.K. is gonna be back next year? What do you think about that?
I think it's fine. I mean, he.
I mean, do you think like if you had to bet on it, do you think that that's gonna happen? Do you think he'll be able to just put his shit back on, Netflix or whatever it is?
They took his shit off Netflix?
HBO. I think it's HBO that they took all his shit off of HBO or something, like wiped it.
HBO's extra liberal.
Apparently.
I don't think that. I don't know. I don't understand this stuff. I think it's awful. Sucks that it's happening. I think it should stop. That's what I think. That's all I think about it.
Okay. Well, of course. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for giving us
really insightful.
Yeah.
People tune in for the insights here. Windows update.
Yeah.
I think
Windows
it should
update.
stop.
I think it should stop. I think that is bad. Okay. Fuck. What the fuck was I? I've literally just had the next thing I was going to talk about in my head. I was right about to spew it out, and now I completely fucking it's gone. Oh yeah. Got it. I was talking to my dad earlier, and he was talking about Walking Dead. He's a big Walking Dead fan, right? And apparently,
is he still? As of today?
Yes, as of today,
okay.
Still. So he's a big Walking Dead fan still. And apparently on the show recently, spoiler alert, if you watch the show or something, I don't fucking know. I don't give a fuck about it. I just think this is funny. That apparently they decided that they were going to kill off the kid on the show, right? It's one of the main characters is a kid. The kid got bit, so he's going to die. And so everybody was so mad that they wrote a petition. There's a petition you can sign to fire the director of the show.
And bring back the kid?
They were that much outraged. They were like, no, you can't kill him off. Like, they're tired of them killing off, I guess, the most beloved characters from the beginning, dude. And I was just laughing, and I was like, man, fucking these Walking Dead fans, dude. It was like, you bitches could never watch Game of Thrones. It's like, you would never be able to last through one season of Game of Thrones,
They could have watched the last season when fucking the guy should have died. There were so many people that should have died. I bitched about it then, and I'm super happy that Walking Dead is staying true to itself and killing off the main characters. I love it. I'm a big fan. I might just tune back in on that news. I might start rewatching Walking Dead. I got out. Everyone, they were hitting people. It wasn't cool.
I just thought it looked like fucking. I just thought it was like, this is just for people who like torture and like to watch horrific gore. It's not like Game of Thrones. There's like psychological torture and shit. There's a lot of like crazy shit, a lot of fucked up shit. There's people getting flayed and stuff, but it wasn't like it is in Walking Dead, man. They like really like they want you to see the eyeball hanging out of the guy's head, and it's like, and like really zoom in on it for like a long. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
It never bothers me because I know it's a set, but I
of course, but it's like that. It's like murder porn to the nth degree. It's like fucking murder gang.
But I think
porn.
that killing off main characters is a virtue, and I think it needs to happen. I think you got to cull the crowd. You got to call
them out. Call them out.
Call
them out.
And
the next season, a bunch of people are gonna die.
Next season, good. They need to
fucking.
fucking. Well,
right?
see, that's cheap. That's actually cheap. They're like, yeah, we're ending anyways. Might as well kill people. That's cheap. Doesn't count. You gotta kill them early. You gotta kill them early.
I need them dead.
The contracts are gonna end regardless of whether they're alive or dead. Contracts over. That's not a hardcore move.
Why do you want the contract? We're talking contracts here. Contracts.
That's what
this
it all
guy's
boils down to.
contract's over.
Not only did they die in the show, they just lost their paycheck. End of the paycheck.
Dude. Yeah, keep me in. Keep me alive. Keep me alive.
Well, see, that was something I learned in Walking Dead. They were talking about how they would read the scripts each week, and they would be like, am I still alive? That's when they would find out. They would read the script, and they'd be like, oh, thank God, I'm still alive. Because that's their paycheck, man. That's how they're getting paid. So I said kill them off. Kill them off. It's hardcore. It sucks. It sucks for them. It sucks for the audience. It's just great. I love it. Doesn't suck for me.
So you're just cruel. Is what you're saying.
No,
what?
It's not a cool thing. I think it's a realistic thing. I think that they should have like a random probability distribution, and every week, like maybe one of the main characters, there's no one safe. I don't like the idea that anyone's safe.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I totally feel you on that. Yeah, Game of Thrones definitely lost the vibe that like anybody could die at any second. Like they definitely had that going for the whole time. But honestly, sometimes it was like, all right, it was just getting like a little bit too much at some points in Game of Thrones, where I'm like, man, y'all are kind of negging me right now.
You didn't want Jaime to die? I still want Jaime to die.
Jaime
I like
it. Oh, but the dragon?
Just from the scene. Not because of anything he did, just because of the scene. Just in that scene, he should have died. If you're going to go with the scene, yeah, one or the other. Either you don't put him in that situation, or you kill him.
Yeah. Well, the way they saved him, I mean,
bullshit.
That was just, that was crazy. It was just like a classic trope of like, oh, somebody tackles him out of the way. Anybody getting tackled out of the way of something is pretty fucking, at the last second, it's like, man, that never happens.
Dragon.
Yeah, that never happens. And a dragon. That would have just fucking...
mile underwater in armor. It's like, come on.
Yeah, he actually drug him, I think, or something in the water. Yeah, something really crazy. Yeah, that was fucking whack. I mean, I did want Jaime to live through. I wanted him to live into the next season and shit, to like leave and go to the north. Like, that's tight. I'm excited about that he's going to fight like on the good guy side basically now. But and he just said fuck you to the to the sister.
You think Cersei's actually pregnant?
Maybe.
Maybe. No shit.
I don't know. Maybe.
Definitely maybe.
She could be lying about it though.
Maybe, and I also want Diddlegate to stop. It's bad.
Diddlegate should stop. It should also stop in Game of Thrones. There should be no more Game of Thrones diddling out there.
Here, we're against Diddlegate, and yet we still make pools. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. That's the rules. That's the pool rules. The pool's rules. It's pool rules.
It's the pool's rules, baby.
Let me grab a beer real quick.
Okay. He's going to grab a beer. What other dumb shit? Oh yeah. But seriously though, man, like for people to like sign a fucking petition and to go all out like that, man. These Walking Dead fans could use a little bit more hardening. Because it's the fucking apocalypse and the zombie apocalypse. Everybody's gonna die. Like there's no way out. I think they pretty much let everybody know in that show that everybody's gonna die. So I mean, just fucking, it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. They're all gonna die. Rick Grimes was what?
Jaime here to grab beers for me. I need a young Jaime.
Rick Grimes was what? Sick.
Oh, I love that. Hey, Christian had the funniest joke. It's just because Rick Grimes with what?
Rick Grimes was what? You just keep saying that over and over again.
Rick Grimes with
stick.
Rick Grimes with stick.
Is it Rick Grimes with dick or is it Rick Grimes with the revolver?
Rick Grimes with the revolver and Rick Grimes with the bat with the nail through it. Whatever, Big Bertha or whatever he called it.
What? Is it Rick Grimes with his police fit out on or Rick Grimes with Mick? Which is it? And people are just like, what? Nobody thinks it's funny. Everybody's
I thought it was one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I thought it was great, but everybody else just looks at you like, man, fuck you, man. That's stupid. You just fucking with me. Hey, Rick Grimes with what? Rick Grimes with what?
Because his name is Rick Grimes.
Yeah, Rick Grimes.
But he's a person, so he could be holding stuff. And so Rick Grimes with...
Dude, that'd be a great rap name. Rick Grimes.
Rick Grimes.
Rick Grimes is a great rap name, bro. That's one of the tightest. Rick Grimes. It's Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes. But it sounds like Rick Grimes. It really, you can't tell which one you're saying. It's so great.
Dude, you listen to that thing about the guy with the girl, but he was like homeless. And it's called Dirty John. Dirty John. It's called Dirty John. You hear about that?
Dude, that was the most hilarious intro to a topic ever. That right there.
Doesn't it sound like a dirty toilet though? That's what I thought.
Dirty John.
Oh, dude, we got ambulances on Everett Tweakers. You guys, if you're tuning in now,
really?
1801-19 at 7:12 p.m. in Everett time, or just right the fuck now if you're actually listening.
Tweaker time.
That way, if they're listening back, they can check the tube channel. We got ambulances. It's really not that interesting, but there are ambulances on screen.
They're coming in. They're picking up a tweak.
They're picking up a tweak, but he's down the. You got
a tweaker down, dude.
Tweaker down. Okay, I'll tune you back in when we get there. The fuck were we talking about before I got lost?
Tweakers live. I don't know, man. We got ambulances on deck now. Oh shit, dude! They're coming in now. Is that a fire truck?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, there was
dude.
2 ambulances I was watching go by.
Is one of them frozen to death, dude? How cold is it there right now?
It says 45.2
Wow.
F, so
Okay,
not that
that's
bad.
Everett Fire Department. Oh shit! What's going on, dude? So we got. That is an ambulance, right? It says fire department.
Oh no, this is
that
Everett
small
Fire.
of a place?
It looks like it's an ambulance. What does it say on top? Med something?
I don't know, but they just drove away. That was weird.
There's 2 of them.
Maybe they were just selling some pills.
Oh, I was talking about Dirty John.
Oh yeah, Dirty John. Who's that now? And what
Dirty
is this? 'Cause
John.
I'm very interested in Dirty John.
It's a podcast series, a short series. It's pretty interesting. I'm not gonna tell you the ending, but essentially there's this guy and he finds this gullible woman. They meet on Match, and he sort of like ends up moving. She's very successful, extremely rich, and convinces her that he's a doctor and he has these 3 houses and does all these things and moves in with her very quickly. But her kids are immediately like, this guy is a fucking asshole. And he moves in with her, and they do sort of investigative journalism on who this guy is, like not only in this one thing, but they sort of trace his background and all these scams that he's been involved in for many, many years throughout his whole life. And it's pretty interesting to me. Slightly drawn out, a little more to the point, but I get it. You're trying to make a show,
Make a series out of it, yeah.
trying to make a series, yeah. But
So
overall,
he's
pretty
a grifter?
good, pretty interesting. He is a straight grifter, dude. He's more of a grifter than you'll ever be.
That I'm hoping so. Really am. Really hoping that's the case, and I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. He's more homeless than you'll ever be. He's more of a homeless asshole shyster than you'll ever be, bro. Have fun.
That's what's crazy is that he got on Match, right? He got out of jail, and 2 days later met this lady.
You said he got a meth, not math. It's meth.
Match and meth.
Meth.
He got on meth 2 days after jail.
Meth.
No, that's at did I talk? I don't think we've talked about the meth documentary on HBO.
Maybe.
Not on here. I talked to you. I brought it up to you at the cabin.
Okay, go ahead.
Fucking hey, dude. There's this place in Arkansas.
Arkansas,
right
the
off-
city everyone just forgets exists until you hear about it
City, the
again.
state.
Literally, oh yes, exactly, dude, exactly. Arkansas is a state, city, whatever. I thought it was just a big city in the middle of like a void somewhere. But yeah, Arkansas, dude. Wow, literally, I forget it exists every fucking time I hear it. I'm like, oh yeah, that fucking place. It's just squinched in the middle somewhere in there. Yeah, that's a state. All right, so go ahead with that state that might as well not exist.
So it's right off 40. It's Little Rock is kind of, I mean, not literally in the middle, but let's call it the middle of Arkansas. And it's just east of that is this town, and they do a piece covering this town. And essentially what they cover is this meth user it's this lady, I don't remember her name, but she's been a meth user for almost 30 years, and her kids are now addicted to meth, and her kids have kids that to me are only inevitable. They're also going to be on meth. And so it sort of follows them around. You watch them; they all shoot up meth. They heat it up in spoons, and they bang it into their vein.
They bang it. Yeah.
Bunch of bangers.
Bangers.
And then they're also following around. It's called Meth Storm. They're also following around.
That's what the documentary's called?
It's called Meth Storm.
Now that is a title that'll grab your attention.
Dude.
What? That's like Sharknado. Meth Storm. Like what? That sounds like a crazy fucking D-level horror movie. Oh shit, I lost you.
You can
no,
see
I'm
it
looking at me.
right here.
Oh!
You see it?
Whoa.
You saw that lady. That's the lady that they follow around, dude. And I just want to. This is how they caught my interest. They're chasing this this
So wait, ice isn't the same thing as methamphetamine?
No,
ice is shitter?
So there's the lady that they follow around. They follow around that lady, and she's about to shoot this guy up. And so you watch them shoot it up. Then they go to church. So here they are. They're like super high. They're in church, and there's like some fucking preacher.
Now the preacher's not like, hey, why are you? Now this, how is this real? How is this real?
Look at that guy.
How is this real? Now that guy is hilarious looking, dude. That guy looked like a fucking puppet created to be in that room.
Yeah, to be in that room.
All right, now pause it for a second. Hold on, pause it for a second now.
All right.
How the fuck do they go into? How do they go into this like this fucking little tiny church and not fucking like say something? Like, how do these people not realize that this is happening?
Well, they knew that the guy is literally talking about how like do people. It's a super meth called ice. There you go. That answers your question.
More. Wait. Into the void. Into the void. Wait, go back. What did that say? I want to see what that. I want to read it to everybody. Yeah. This is. It's not just video podcast. Most people listen, so let's give them.
Over the last decade, law enforcement has virtually shut down American meth production. So it's shut down in America. So meth production has moved to Mexico.
Well, I'm sure it was way cheaper to make meth in Mexico. All right, here you go. Right here. Into the void have rushed Mexican cartels, flooding the U.S. with a cheaper, more pure super meth called ice. They capitalized super meth like it's like a person. What is that? Like it's a character. Oh, welcome, incoming super meth, and he fucking slams through the wall and hits a pipe. Oh shit! This guy just wanted to drive on the fucking grass right here, bro.
That's what I thought too, dude. But watch, he needed to do that. He needed to do that because that guy just went around him. I thought the same thing. He was like, oh, this dude he's like, I'm the police. I'm going to drive on the grass.
Hell yeah, I would do it. I'd be fucking thrashing people's lawns.
Dude, all right, you would never be a police. Wait, watch this one part. We're about to stop. I'm about to stop this. This is how they got me hooked, dude. I needed to go to sleep, and then I started watching this, and then I watched the whole documentary.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
I was like, I'm in.
Damn. Spins him out. This guy fucking does like a fucking 3-car
Look at all that shit fly out of the car.
Dude,
holy
this cop,
shit.
You know that guy was just like my pot. Wow.
And that's it, dude. That's it. I mean, and then I watched the whole thing. It's an hour and 35 minutes. I was like heading to bed. Damn it.
That was a fucking crazy piece of footage there, though, man. This guy's fucking gets spun out, and then literally truck hits the embankment down there and fucking just starts rolling down the side of the road. That was crazy.
Yeah, so it's called Meth Storm on HBO. It's a pretty good documentary. It's
like, oh, wait, give us some more information about like what else happens in there.
So then the next scene is what I was talking about. Is they cut to that lady. So they're following law enforcement and meth users. Oh my god! I shouldn't have X'd out.
So how can they not? Oh, here, just like I said, let's just talk about it. How can you go back to your camera?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, how come how do they trust these people not to like narc them out to the cops and shit?
I watch a lot of this stuff on Vice News, and they end up in all these weird places, watching people do things that I would never imagine them showing to journalists. But somehow there's some journalist integrity where I think that's really what it boils down to. Has to be.
They're like, you got to do a little meth too. We shoot you up, you can film whatever you want.
Well, here's the thing: is they're following that lady around, which you saw briefly.
She's like the star. She's the star.
She is the star, and it's fucking.
That's what
disgusting.
they told her. That's what they told her. They're like, you're the star.
They might have given her money, dude.
You're the star of Meth Storm. You're the star of Meth Storm.
Do you know how little you'd have to pay a meth addict in Arkansas to follow them around for a couple months?
Do you know how little you have to? Do you know how little you'd have to pay them in meth? If you just gave them meth, that's all they really want. They're like, listen, we got your meth for the length of this documentary. Do not stop doing meth.
So
whatever you do while we're here, keep doing meth.
If you just give them money, they'll do it.
They'll do meth.
You just give them money, they'll find a way. They're addicted. This shit is crazy. So that lady ends up going in the next scene to get her son out of jail. And as soon as she gets her son out of jail, they go home and bang meth. It's so fucking weird.
I'm glad if you left the last part of that sentence out, this would have been a very interesting documentary. They're like, whoa, you're definitely hooked now. You're like, crazy. Arkansas is fucked up, dude. Mom and kid fucking and doing meth. This is crazy. Then she stuck a meth suppository up his ass. It was really crazy. I was super hooked from that moment. Meth storm. Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I want to see some more documentaries just following like some just fucking destitute people, right? Don't we just want to see that? I just want to know what it's like.
Destitute. It's so true, dude. You haven't even seen it, but these people are extra destitute. They're so destitute. What they live in is, it's so sad. It was that's why I couldn't stop watching. It was a realization of
it's not the wild. Is it worse than the Wild Whites?
What you're talking about?
The Wild Whites of West Virginia.
The Wild Whites. I haven't seen it.
You never seen that, dude? It's like, I'm pretty sure Johnny Knoxville produced it, and it's like a documentary of these crazy fucking rednecks that live in West Virginia, dude. And it's just like their fucked up life, and it's like just a kind of a bare bones documentary, just kind of following them around. And they're fucked up. I'm pretty sure they're on drugs too. Look up the picture of it. Look up the family. Type in Wild Whites of West Virginia.
WHITS.
Yeah, Wild Whites.
TES.
Yep. Yeah, their last name is White. Wild Whites of West Virginia. Just type in image, and yeah, they're like all inbred and shit.
Well, I type Will Whites, who's apparently been on Pink Bike. I might have to just leave that tab open.
I think they're on meth too out here, and they like do all kinds of fucking crazy weird shit, dude.
Did you see
these
that,
people look so fucking insane, man. Like, people get so ugly out there sometimes. It's so crazy.
People get so ugly out there. I was just in West Virginia, dude. It was actually kind of pretty the day I was there.
How about the people, though? A lot of hotties?
Well, I went to a ski resort and left. So
no, ski resort, you're gonna get the cream of the crop there, which is probably like
cream of the crop. They're actually all from Ohio.
Yeah. It only looks like their face was mildly scrambled. You know, like it looks like their face got mushed, like clay, mushy clay. All of them look like they just got mushed a little bit. Somebody left in the microwave or something.
No, dude. These people seem crazy, but they're not near as sad as these are like real people. You got to see the mess storm. It's destitute. I think that was the best word. I'm gonna keep going back to that.
It's the worst.
Their life, like the whole documentary, is so sad.
Damn. So I don't want to watch it then.
Well, it's sad from the point that you see their life, and it's like, what can you do about it? Probably nothing.
Just make fun of them some more, maybe.
Destitute, not having. It's eye-opening. This scene, the Wild Whites from the trailer that I'm watching seems much more like a reality TV show where Meth Storm is a straight-up documentary. It's just like, this is what life is like here.
Okay, I got you. That's too real. It's a little too real is what you're saying.
I don't think it's too real. I loved it. I watched it twice.
So you just like, back to the cruelty thing, you're just like, I just love watching these fucking meth heads do their thing.
No, it was so.
What made you go back and watch it a second time?
Well, I was watching it with Erica the second time.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I was.
It wasn't just like I was like, you just by myself.
I know. That's what I was like. You just went down for a second helping of this shit. Like, what kind of fucking weirdo, dude? Who does that?
But I was kind of interested to recheck in, knowing how it ended, and seeing just how it played out. Just knowing more about their life.
Yeah. No. I mean, I can only imagine what it's like to be fucking hooked on some of those insane drugs and like just doing whatever you got to do to make it happen, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where you like where your level of integrity or like it's just so low that you just don't like your self-respect and everything is just so low that you'll be doing all kinds of crazy shit just to get what you need. You know what I mean?
That's exactly that's exactly right.
That's fucking scary shit, dude.
Speaking of Everett tweakers, right? I mean, it's all connected.
Yeah, look at these people holding their hands walking on there. Now, what do you think that is? There's two people walking past holding hands.
Oh, I'm not live right now. Sorry.
Okay, so literally there's just a lot of people walking around, and there's like, it almost looks like a homeless guy could burst up out of any of those blankets at any time. Like it could be a trap. Like all those homeless guys look like they're appearing to be rocks right now. They're assuming the role of a boulder or something like that, and people are walking past, and I just imagine like all of those guys just jumping up and be like, ah, booga booga booga, and like circling
like
around.
Like the rockfish.
Yeah, like a rockfish, whatever that is.
No, they were talking about it on the. No, it's not a rockfish.
I like how you shifted. He had to shift to find that out. He had to shift gear.
They're talking about on JRE about a rock that when you're snorkeling, he'll be like, "Don't touch that rock. It's this poison. It looks like a rock, but it's not."
Great. Don't touch that rock, bro. Don't touch that rock. It looks like a rock, but it's actually a poisonous fucking death goddamn ball. Death fish.
Okay, it's called, here it is. It's called the stonefish, not a rockfish. How could I mix that up?
You're close.
How could I mix that up? They're so different.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how you fucked that one up, dude. Dude, I was reading this other article here. Oh, yeah. Do you have anything else to say about that stonefish, by the way? Sorry. Were you just looking something up?
Venomous, dangerous, even fatal to humans.
Fatal
it's one
to
of the
humans?
most. Yeah, it's one of the most venomous fish known. They live in the coastal regions of the Indo-Pacific, and they look like rocks, and they will kill you. All right, yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
No, that sounds fucking horrifying, dude.
They're talking about it on JRE.
I wouldn't I just wouldn't fucking scuba dive anywhere near that place. Be like, all right, well that's out there. I'm good.
No.
What? It just looks like a fucking rock. Yeah, I'm cool.
Just don't touch the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was reading this other article, dude, of some guy that said he pulled a fucking 5-foot tapeworm out of his ass.
All right, got to look that up.
Look at it. There's a picture wrapped around the toilet paper thing with pubes on it and shit. It's hilarious. They gave him a picture.
California man, here we go.
Yeah, he ate a bunch of fish.
Sushi
too.
lover.
He ate a bunch of raw fish. He said he ate raw fish for like 2 weeks or something.
Eating raw salmon almost every day.
Slithered out of his body, dude. He said he was just taking a shit and it was just hanging out, and he was like, "Oh shit, I should probably grab that and pull it out." And
he pulled it out himself.
And it's like a magic trick, dude, where you just keep jumping out. You're like, "What? Does it ever end, dude? Is this a magic tapeworm that's just infinite coming out of magic?" You know how long it would take to unravel 5 foot of something out of your ass? A long time. That'd be like winding string around a fucking 5 foot of string around a fucking toilet paper roll would be I don't know, take like at least 30 seconds to a minute of unraveling. So just to know that that's out there and that could be inside of your...
This is a disgusting article.
Isn't it though, dude? Do you see that thing? The pubes on it? You see the pubes on the tapeworm?
Yeah, I do. Those aren't... I mean, so are they... So the hairs in your butthole are called pubes.
No, that's ass hair.
That's what that hair is. It's not pubes.
Pubes are in your pubic region. No, but that's his ass hairs. His ass hairs aren't that long, dude. That's if his ass hairs are that long, dude, that's like a woolly. He's like a woolly mammoth ass or something, dude. Like he's probably got cakes of shit.
He was eating raw salmon every day, so
yeah, he'd have to comb apart to take a dump. You know what I'm saying? You have to like split the part and then hold it back, hold this hair aside. He's got a legit. That would be like a fucking good 2-3. I can't look at that picture for long. It's making me sick to my stomach.
Well, the thing that bothers me the most is that I know that he couldn't have got the head. The head is still in there. That's what would bother me the most.
You think, dude? You think it like separates from itself?
What? I would think so. That's how that shit works, right?
I don't know, man. I don't eat 5 foot of it, dude. Like, how much more is in there? Jesus Christ, dude. That's about 10 feet left. We're gonna go in there and pull the rest out your ass.
If you were pulling it and it was 5 feet long, like how many feet in before you quit, or do you think you can't quit?
Oh, you gotta keep going, right? Until it stops. Until it tugs.
I've got you in this situation right now.
Oh, I'm pulling till I can't, till I get a tug on the other end. and then I'll give it 2 or 3 tugs.
Pulling back, you're taking. Yeah.
He's hanging on with his mouth like, and I'm like, come on, tug it down. Got you. I got all 6 feet wrapped around my toilet paper, wrapped around my finger.
So yeah, he started wrapping this. He was lucky he had an empty roll. You think that he used that whole roll just trying to like clean up?
I don't know, man. I think I would. That would scar me for life, dude. If I pulled a 5-foot fucking worm out of my asshole, dude, I would be so fucking horrified, dude.
Then you basically think at any moment, anytime you're shitting, there could be a 5-foot worm about to come out of your butt.
About to come out of your ass and scare the shit out of you.
I'm thinking it could be about to happen to me at any moment right now.
I thought I just felt something wiggle in my ass. In my fucking ass, dude. I thought I just felt a little something jiggling around in there, and now I'm getting paranoid. You know, like when people talk about like poison ivy, and then you start itching, or talk about like bugs, and you start itching.
Well, here are the symptoms. Here, if you want to start feeling it, here are the symptoms. They include fatigue, constipation.
I'm tired. I can't shit.
Abdominal discomfort.
My stomach hurts.
Can be so mild the victim may not notice anything is wrong. So you have to kind of not notice it for it to actually be real.
Hey, this is a discomfort that you might not even be able to feel. That doesn't even make sense.
Dude, I think I kind of can't feel it.
Dude, this is the level of discomfort you can't notice.
If the larvae begin to migrate to other parts of the body, they can start to eat away at the liver, eyes, heart, or brain and cause life-threatening conditions. Life-threatening, dude. He's lucky he just went to his asshole instead of his eyes. He could have gone to his eyes.
He was working up there. He was almost 5 foot. The guy was 5'2", luckily. But the worm was 2 inches away. The worm was 2 inches away from getting up there and fucking reaching the eyes, dude. He was going for it, though. That's why he was growing that long, dude. He was trying to hit the eyes, dude. But the guy got him just in time.
He could have hit the heart. He wasn't close enough to the brain.
He wanted to go for the gusto, though. Maybe go for the brain. Maybe he was trying to get all. He's like, I'm trying to get up there to that brain, dog.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I've been a tapeworm for a long time. I've done hearts. I've done eyeballs. I've done it all, man. I want to go for the brain, bro. I want to take this shit to the next level. I want to play Arnold's game.
Dude, I just finished that. I just rewatched that whole thing. And there was a lot of things I didn't pick up on the first time, and things that I remembered. Things that there's like details that I kind of got lost on me the first time, and they're lost on me again because I don't remember what they are anymore. Shouldn't start talking about them.
No, you're good. But just Westworld we're talking about here. If you guys are wondering.
As I was watching Westworld, I was like, oh man, I wasn't even thinking about that last time. It's a good rewatch. It's a real good rewatch.
Yeah, I have to do it. I'm gonna rewatch it with Sam before the new season comes out here, so we can all watch it. Just catch the fuck up. All right, yeah. So 5-foot tapeworm kind of that'd be super scary. That's all the topics I got for right now, man. The wild wide. That's it, bro. That's it. That's all I got, bro.
What about the abused kids? The 13 abused kids. Some of them as old as 27.
What are you talking about?
You know about this?
No.
They caught this parent. These parents that were essentially holding. They had 13 kids. They were holding them hostage in the house. They were allowed to shower twice a year, and they could eat once a day. And so there are these all these kids are essentially, they stopped growing at the point that they were malnutrition. They started receiving malnutrition, so they look much younger than they are. And so when police found them, they were surprised to find out that some of these kids were as old as, like I said, I think 27. And what happened is, I think is either the 17-year-old daughter got a broken cell, or like a cell phone with no service, climbed out of a window, ran away, but the cell phone will still call 911. So she called 911 from the cell phone and told the police that there are children that are being they're essentially, there's these kids in the room, and they had to pee in their room, and they were chained to the beds.
What the fuck?
Do you find it, man?
I'm trying to look. I see the pictures of these two people, dude. They look fucking horrifying, man.
Yeah, what's their last name? It's not in the top stories anymore.
Turpin?
Turpin?
Turpin? Dude, these people look fucking fucked up, dude. Now you can't see any of their faces.
I saw
They're all
the
blurred
kids'
out.
faces recently. No, they've released videos of them.
They blurred out all the faces on the internet pictures now, dude. That's crazy. Literally, Google, I guess, is blurring out the faces. Maybe they asked specifically, you know?
No, they were the first day one. They were all blurred out, but I saw it yesterday. I saw all the kids' faces. It's not that interesting, but for some reason you want to see them until you do see it, and then it's not that interesting.
Wow, dude, they're all girls?
They had
2 boys?
2 or 4 boys of the 13 kids.
13? Dude, the guy's hair. What's with the hair, though?
That's
They're at Disney World and shit.
Yeah, they would like post pictures on social media. That's what made it kind of weird, is that these kids were so in line that they could take these kids on to Las Vegas and Disney World and they would not escape. Isn't that weird?
The hair is the weirdest part. Is this guy's hairdo
The
is so absurd.
His
It's
flow.
so
You just hate his
absurd, dude.
flow.
Why is his hair like that, dude? It's so ridiculous. It's like he's always had it like that. That's just horrifying, dude. I mean, yeah, for every fucking one story like this, it's a bunch of fucking parents that probably treat their fucking kids like that, dude. And their house is like, they live in a nice neighborhood and shit, man.
Yep.
Like, they got a nice house, dude. You just wouldn't expect that they're in there just like, that's how they got this nice shit, because we don't let our kids do anything. We act like they're not even there, but we'll just keep fucking. I mean, man, like, this is like, what do you do to punish them? What are they getting punished with? How they...
I'm sure they're never coming out of jail. They'll die in jail. Oh, just like that other news we didn't talk about with the guy that Michigan doctor that molested all those Olympic gymnasts.
What?
There's this the Olympic gymnast doctor. He had to listen to over 100 of his victims talk about how he molested them.
Oh, wow.
And they were playing it on NPR. What is it? They were playing like some of the excerpts of the women kind of talking about how they were molested by him.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything like that.
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
But I mean, like, what did they play for him in court, or like to like see if he was guilty or something, or?
It was part of his sentencing. So he'd already pled guilty, and now all of his victims. I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm glad
that was supposed to be part of the punishment. Is what you're saying?
I don't think it. No, it was during his sentencing. So the judge is listening to the victims now, before he sentences the guy.
Got you. Yeah. Oh my God, as a judge, dude, you got to listen to all that, man. You're like, just fucking kill the guy. I don't care anymore. Just get him out of here. Get this fucking guy out of here. I hate this fucking guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many people, like, you're on the 50th chick talking about fucking getting raped. You're like, oh my God, all right, just get this guy out of here. Like, seriously, just take him out back and fucking beat him to death. I don't give a fuck what you do with this guy.
Well, I think in a way it is some closure for the victims. So I understand it from that point.
No, I'm saying as the judge, though, like, how do you just
sure,
give this guy a
as the
normal
judge.
sentence? How do you give the guy a normal sentence, right? No matter what, I would be like, can we rewrite the rules for this guy? Like, what can we do? What's the worst thing I can do to this guy? Like, you're getting the worst thing I can think of.
Oh, but here's some shit. So the guy, his lawyer submitted I don't even think they could fit all these victim things into one day, but he said that he was undergoing mental damage from having to listen to his victims come back to him, and so that he shouldn't have to listen. So that they filed like not a lawsuit, but a law function, a law, some sort of thing.
A law thing.
Also, they wouldn't have to listen to, so that he wouldn't have to listen to the rest of his victims. He was like, it's causing mental damage, PTSD essentially.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Like, oh my god. Then you're that lawyer, dude. Like, that's your, what kind of fucking scumbag? Dude, how do you separate ethics like that, man? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I have to literally, I'm going to defend this fucking guy in this way. Like, you got to be the greasiest guy in the world, right? You got to find the greasiest guy.
It might be a woman.
Or woman, yeah.
Well, a lot of people that take up those cases, they just believe in the system, is what I've heard in the past. Is that there are people that believe that everyone does in fact have the right to be represented in court, and that since it is a right, they feel that they're doing a public service. I mean,
that's what they tell themselves, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's like I'm taking orders. I just took orders. You got to have a way to write. Dude, there's so many people out here on this tweaker stream right now. There's like a line of people. There's literally like a crowd. What is going on?
Later.
Are you seeing this out here, dude? Go to the stream on the tweakers right now.
Right
it's
now.
literally,
so
dude, it's like packed. What the fuck is going on?
7:45. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 20 people in sight, and there's a big ass pole in the middle of the screen, which I don't remember that being.
Well, it looks
there.
like the camera's like hidden up on a telephone pole now. It looks like, doesn't it?
It didn't used to be there, right?
I don't know, man. Yeah, they definitely blocked the curb off. They were like, "Fuck it, you guys can't sit on this curb. This is all the curb you're getting. This is all sidewalk y'all get."
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out the history of the fence, because the fence came after the camera.
Yeah, well, the fence, I guess it was something that they put there just to keep them, to disincentivize, or maybe it's the person's property is like halfway on the sidewalk, and they were like, I want these fucking homeless guys to stop shitting and pissing all over my property and throwing garbage.
Dude, do you think that they know that there's like a huge congregation of people, and they're all the center of the congregation is in the middle of the pole? Do you think they know? Like, whatever's going on behind the pole, no one can see?
I couldn't see how these people would not know about this fucking stream.
No, they know. I remember reading that they did know about it, but do you think that they know where it is so that they know how to hide?
If they're looking, then yeah. I'm saying if somebody's probably pulled it up. You know what I mean? That was paranoid. That wanted to see where the camera was.
There's such a big ass congregation, dude. This place is popping.
Dude, it's popping in there, man. Like, what do they got? Like, how do these homeless people got more shit going on than I do tonight, man? Like, what the fuck? For real, dude. These people got social lives and shit, man. I'm like, what? It looks like they're playing cards and having a good time, carrying on. Like, we missing out? Am I missing out?
Are we missing out? Did you make bad life choices?
This could be it, dude.
Is that
nobody on chat's giving us any. Yeah, there's a couple women out there. Like I said, watch out for those rock bundles. It's a homeless guy. If you step on it, it'll jump up. It jumps up.
It's a stonefish, dude.
It's a stonefish.
Deadly to humans.
Watch out for the stonefish. They're just super deadly to humans out here. All right, man. I gotta call this right now because we're about to be base scripting here in a minute. And I'm gonna set this up.
All right.
That was fucking serious bullshit. Back in action. In the new year, fucking Fridays now. I like the Friday thing. I'm definitely down for this to do it again next week. If you, wait, what? Hang on a second. Let me check my schedule really fast for something. Next week, I'm good on Friday. You good on Friday?
I like Friday. It works better for me. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Same thing next week, guys. Fucking serious bullshit. Sterling, do you want to play your ship to get out of here? You got an airplane sound?
No, I only had the landing noise. I didn't pull up. No, dude, I'm not ready. Just
all right, it's not ready to take off. All right. He's stuck here. He's actually stranded. He only brought up gas.
I'm actually stranded
one way.
here, guys. I'm not leaving in style because no one's listening.
I balled out too hard on getting here in style,
and now land here.
And now I can't really leave in style, if you know what I'm saying, or at all for that matter. So yeah. All right, guys. Holla holla, deuces.